Howdy, partner, and welcome to a Paradise Lost podcasting channel. This here's your marshal, Cody. My pronouns are he, they. Joining me as we put the weird into Weird West is...
Hi, I'm Christina. Pronouns are she, they is fine as well. I am playing Emerson Drez. She runs the local theater, and as you will come to learn, she has kind of a paranoia or phobia of birds.
Hi there, everyone. My name's Brendan. My pronouns are he, him, and in this game, I'll be playing Jawn Liberty, the high-kicking sheriff of Caliente.
Hi, my name is Britt. My pronouns are she, her. I'm playing Cassidy Burke, but her friends can call her Sid. Cassidy's a widow who owns a bar, and she always carries a Zippo but doesn't smoke.
Hey guys, my name's Tyler. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Jackie Dawson, kindly and gentlemanly barber of Caliente.
Hey, this is Michaela, she, her, playing Doc Cavell, and she is the town doc who does the best she can in these violent times to walk the line of not adding to the cycle of death, which can be difficult sometimes.
Hi, I'm Alex. I go by he, him. I'm playing Samuel Mammon as the town preacher, a man of spirit and soul and family.
And without further ado, we present to you Deadlands, a fistful of ghost rock.
And they're kind of totally by himself and secluded. Now that the act of retrieving specifically Sam's children is seemingly not destroyed, like the kids are with them, and the weight of this whole situation and his bringing back up a kind of a past time, Jackie's just going to kind of break down there by himself for a little while.
Yeah, man. It's he's had a rough day.
Yeah,
that's understandable.
Yeah, and he's just gonna take that time to himself and eventually go back to the camp after he's regained himself.
Yeah. In that time, Britt, did Sid have something she wanted to do?
Depends. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay. What I was saying earlier when you guys couldn't hear me was, Sid was probably going to go over to the spring and, like, clean herself up. Offer to help the girls if they needed any help. I know they're older, but, they just went through some shit. And anyone else that wanted to just hang out.
Yeah, like it's nice therapy to, have somebody that's not you brush your hair. Like that type of deal.
Exactly.
Yeah, you do notice the water, the luminescence in the water is cocaine. It was left by the orange giant. No, I'm joking.
If I write it down, does that make it canon?
I guess so, because I won't remember this in a week, but it'll be in your notes. The girls definitely accept the help, and you have a nice bonding moment of them being able to just breathe and for a minute be kids their age. Like, they get to be teenagers and not be what seems to be expected of them, or what they believe to be expected of them.
That's what I'm going for. Something to just try to help them feel better about the whole situation, even though it's still a shitty situation.
Yeah. You'll finish up the swim around the time that Jackie returns from camp, having managed to sneak off without anyone noticing. You just notice him coming back as the smell of the smell of Philadelphia wafts through the air. John's cooking is finishing up. You go ahead and tell me what you cooked, and then I'll tell you if you have to roll for it or not.
I thought I already told you what I cooked. I made some lasagna and I put it on some bread with some whiz.
You made a lasagna hoagie.
Yeah, I made a lasagna. Everything. I feel like that since John's in the hunting grounds, no matter what that he tried to make, it would turn into a hoagie.
It's just a hoagie. Yeah, so you got
Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say that I feel like that while that John is cooking food, anyone who's like sitting around and like just kind of like watching him cook or whatever, he's just kind of like humming to himself, and just every now and again he's just like, "Now this is the story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down."
I imagine while he's cooking, Emerson's just sitting there. She's gone and like cleaned her hands up and taken off her brass knuckles and kind of like washed her face a bit, and is just sitting down while he's cooking. And she's got this little notebook, just very small, very tattered and worn, and she's kind of looking through it and finds a page somewhere probably about in the middle or so, and starts taking some like a charcoal or a pencil and is just drawing in it.
I think Samuel just kind of crashes. I think everything that happened was so stressful that he just passed the fuck out when the adrenaline wore off.
That's fair. What's Val doing?
She was probably even though the spring killed her, it was still an exhausting day with everything. So she probably found a flask with some leftover alcohol in it from her time with Sal, and is in the sleeping bag by the little spring.
Heard. Drinking the good stuff.
You said you're sitting by the spring drinking?
Yeah, like by the spring in her sleeping bag, but not like asleep yet.
John, what did you put in this? Like, what is actually in this food?
Well, you've got some meat. You got some. You got cheese. You got a lot of different cheeses. And you got noodles for your carbs, because you got to make sure you got enough energy. And then you've got a bunch of bread for more carbs, for more energy.
Is this your post-workout hoagie?
Yeah, you know what? I'd say this is definitely a post-workout hoagie.
You just carry all these ingredients on you at all times.
What? No, Sid, that would be crazy. Where would I keep all my ammunition for my guns? Oh, wait, I don't use guns. Yes, I keep all this stuff on me at all times. No, I packed it to go. Who knows how long we were going to be in here?
How old is this cheese?
That's fresh. He milked it himself from the Red Giant.
How long has that cheese been sitting in your warm knapsack on your horse?
Well, it was milk when he started.
Not that long. I actually recently bought this cheese from the grocer, like before we came in, like maybe like a day ago.
Does the cheese look good? Since time is wibbly wobbly.
Cody.
Does cheese whiz ever look good?
All right, so like Brendan's improving this, but I was just gonna say he found the ingredients left there by the Red Giant for y'all to have dinner, or the Orange Giant, because Gritty set this place up in the hunting lands for y'all to have safe haven.
Didn't isn't it also said that like whenever we needed food, we could find it here as well?
Yeah, like you can find what you need.
Like just an evil place. It's like the spirit place.
Yeah, It's just,
so
the world's so fucked that most of it's evil.
See, little do you guys know, John's knapsack is actually refrigerated.
That's the secret that his horse keeps trying to tell people, but they won't listen.
No, he just keeps plying the horse with cigarettes. That way the horse can't tell anybody.
How do you think I get all the good fresh tobacco?
Look, I don't know much about tobacco, but I don't think you keep it refrigerated.
Sid will take a helping, I guess, on a something, and just nod. Thanks, John.
Yeah, no problems. Always happy to help.
Jawn, make me a fight roll.
I don't like it when you tell me that.
I mean,
I also
you
don't like
don't
it when
have
you
to.
tell him that after I said something to him.
All right, let me get this dice roller out because I don't have a D12 handy.
You have to fight yourself to let go of the hoagie and let someone else have it.
I got a 4, so that's a success.
All right. So you got one success. Everybody who eats a hoagie gets a 1 automatic success on their next attack roll. And I'm not saying a +1, I'm saying like a automatic, pretty much a +4.
Can I Benny this and make a reroll to see if I can get better?
You know what? Yeah, if you want to spend your Benny on it, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll spend my Benny on this. I have to screenshot this and show this to you all.
Is it a medicine roll or not?
The fuck?
Cody, do you see that?
Is that 33?
That's a
Yeah.
33.
That is a well spent Benny. Those better be the best fucking hoagies I've ever tasted.
I guess this is why your fucking mom sent you to Bel Air.
He put so much creatine in that cheese sauce.
Essentially, we just hit our next attack roll. That's just what happens.
You kill the next person you attack.
Done. I'm not fighting till we get to the fathering call.
That was the best fucking. That was the best fucking use of a Benny in this game so far.
The next time you do an attack, your damage has 8 successes.
What the hell?
Yeah.
And so basically that's going to apply for all of us since we were all around the campsite.
Good. Anybody who chooses to eat one of John's subs, which right now has been Sid.
I mean,
I hope someone would wake Samuel up when there was food.
Yeah, I would wake you up.
Everybody just wakes up with a warm hoagie under their pillow for breakfast.
You just wait for him.
as God intended.
I wasn't sitting around the fire just for funsies.
Yep. There's a reason I wasn't asleep in the sleeping bag. I was waiting on the food.
Yeah, so everybody eats and you'll catch up and have a good night. The sun doesn't rise in the hunting grounds because it's kind of the same shade of it's twilight. Twilight's a good time. But you feel the passage of time that you've had time to become well rested. You wake up and you make your way to where Maggie and Lily claim to have found Adriana. I think that's her name. Andrea.
Oh,
Yeah.
Andrea.
Shush.
We even went over this
Shush.
earlier today, Cody.
You wake up well rested and you make your way over to where Maggie and Lily claim to have found Andrea. And in the middle of this field, in the middle of this field is a portal that is surrounded by the shadows of crows and other corvids, but no actual birds on this side.
So it's like the shadows of birds flocking around
Correct.
above, but there's no birds. Okay.
Emerson just kind of like pulls out her shotgun and has it in her hand.
There
just
is
ready.
a oppressive amount of fear in the pits of your stomachs, but it's overruled by the determination and creatine that's still in your system from John's Hoagies. All around looks like a homestead. There's something out in the field. It looks like it should be a scarecrow, but when you're not looking at it, you could have swore it was in a different position the next time your eyes glance over it. There's a small house up the hill that seems occupied by something dark. And like I said, there's a portal right there in the middle of this reflection of a homestead that seems almost familiar to Emerson, but it doesn't look familiar at all to Samuel. Like, this is not where you met your wife.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, yeah, we headed
They're
west.
getting weird.
Yeah.
2 for 2.
Oh,
All
weird.
right, Jackie, you've been talking about wanting to get out of here.
It's true. It's true, I do.
I don't like this place. Something doesn't seem right here.
Is it all the bird shadows?
Well, I can't put my finger on it, but I don't know. This something about this place.
You know, the fact that it feels wrong might mean that it's right for our purposes. You sure this is where you saw your mom, girls?
She was up in that house on the hill a little while ago. There wasn't a portal here when we came, but we saw our reflection in the mirror in the house up on the hill when we were investigating it.
Well, boys and girls and everything in between. We headed up there.
I suppose there's nothing else but to do it.
I mean, I don't think you girls are gonna lie about something like this, especially now that I'm around.
I didn't think they were lying. I just
We're out of your
Double checking.
jurisdiction, pig. No, they don't actually say that.
That's a kick.
What if they did?
PvP
That's not a kick. That's true. You can't kick them for saying truth.
Oh shit, you're right. Oh no, I am playing the bad guy.
Not only are you a war criminal, but worse, you're a fucking cop.
Yeah, I am playing the worst character.
I could write anything I wanted into this backstory, and I still couldn't match you.
I'm just playing
That's
the
all
longest
it
game
is.
of Yes and
Just
with
keeps
Cody.
getting worse.
Yep.
There seems to be.
Well, anyways, we should go play the hero and go save them without go save Sam's wife.
Maybe let's be smart and prepare. We don't know. All I know is that man had magic. It did not seem pleasant.
Emerson said he'd disappeared with like a whirlwind of feathers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I blew up the bird and he just away.
I mean that's how birds work, to my understanding.
We just have to take care of your father and call, and then we have to rescue your wife. It should be fine, hopefully.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking around, just staring at everything around here, and
I
she's
was
not
kind
trying
of
to hide it.
I was kind of suggesting, like, if we have buff spells that we're gonna do, we
Yeah,
could maybe do the side.
get that deflection spell ready.
Yeah.
While y'all are getting prepared, I might take a little walk and scout ahead. I'll be back.
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of go around the perimeter and do some
Yeah,
reconnaissance. Maybe
roll
we'll
me
notice.
another investigate check.
Okay. 9. So a
All
success
right.
with 1 raise.
Now, on top of that, roll me a notice. We'll do 1 to cover stuff you're looking for, and 1 to cover stuff you might just see.
16.
Right.
3 raises.
As you're doing reconnaissance, you approach the house. First things first is you approach the house up on the hill. It's nothing impressive. It's like your average, like 1.5 bedroom homesteads. But you do see a mirror in the like a shaving mirror in the main living quarter. And in the reflection of that mirror, you can see the father and call sitting at the dining room table with his feet propped up, picking at his fingernails with a Bowie knife. He's not there with you, but you almost feel like you catch his attention and the reflection looks back at you. You don't see yourself in the mirror. Like, no matter where you stand in the room, you just see the reflection of the room, not yourself.
See, I don't look away from the gaze. I simply don't acknowledge it.
Seems to smirk and then look out the door in the direction of what would be the portal. As you investigate a little more, you notice a dilapidated sign that's kind of fallen. You know how in the westerns you name your homestead and you got that little gate at the front of the property that's like so and so farms, yada yada. The sign seems to have fallen off of the archway, but it does read Drez and Den's Homestead and Avian Rescue. And that's the bits and bobs that you notice. Are you looking for anything in particular? It's pretty much flat land. There seems to be a busted up aviary in the back. There's the burial, your standard burial hill up on the corner of the property, where there's 2 tombstones.
Are they named?
You can make out the name on one, and that name is Emerson. The other one, the name seems to have been scratched out.
Okay. I will go back then and relay that information to the gang. Namely, tell Emerson about the tombstone with her name on it.
Oh, did you say you're coming back and telling me about it?
Oh, yeah.
When you come back, Emerson just looks incredibly twitchy and is still like looking around. She's got a very tight grip, like almost white knuckles on her shotgun.
And kind of taking a second to be not near the direct line of fire from the shotgun, he also mentions the name of the place and that is an avian rescue.
I'm sorry, it doesn't ring a bell. I mean, Drez is my last name, but I don't see myself being involved with an avian rescue.
Drez
What was the name
and
again, Cody?
Ben's Homestead and Avian Rescue.
Okay. Just telling you what I saw. Something's waiting for you there, Samuel.
Figured he would be.
He wasn't there, but he was there. It's complicated. You'll have to see it to understand. But know that you're not walking into something where you have the element of surprise.
Well, appreciate that.
Anybody else got anything you want to do?
He wasn't like using a gun.
There
last
wasn't
time,
a
was he?
drawn gun. You're talking about when he was at the church, right?
But he did.
Yeah, there wasn't a drawn gun.
Yeah.
You did notice one on his hip, but
Okay.
It's just ready for them to give her the go ahead and say we're going in.
Jawn is basically doing the same thing. Stealth ain't exactly something he's great at. He's just kind of...
Jawn, we're
Gonna
waiting
wait
for you to
to
cast
go
your
on
buff
in.
spells before we go. Hi, you cast your buff spells. Now we're ready to go.
Spell. I mean, it only lasts for 5 rounds. That's why that I'm like...
Oh, we'll get those.
I mean,
back.
do it when it makes sense, but
When you cast it on yourself, it lasts 5 rounds starting when combat breaks out.
Okay, so then we don't have to keep
Right.
having me like wait an entire round. Okay, let me make a spirit roll then. Because I actually have to do that. Or
Yeah,
I guess it's focus for me. Well, hot damn, I got a success with a raise. So that makes me so that gives me deflect plus 2 on my parry.
All right.
Samuel tells everyone that given the opportunity, he's basically gonna go for his wife. Yeah.
Well,
There's no mention of her being in there.
Right, but I mean, we didn't really. He's just saying that would be his plan.
well, yeah, Sam, of course you're going to go for your wife. What am I going to do? Am I going to be the one to go and help your wife? That'd be real weird. That'd be very awkward.
No, I'm just saying if we're in the middle of things and I run off or I see her, I'm headed there.
Look, the
Just so
main
you
goal-
know, you're
the
not
main goal is
surprised.
to get her and get her out of there and just
Yeah.
put this whole place behind us.
Yeah.
I need something from you before we go in there, Samuel.
What's that?
I've put it to the back of my mind and thought long and hard about what happened to you earlier. And I need some words of confidence that everything's okay. Tell us what's going on. Because you really haven't.
Cody. How much does Samuel actually know what's going on there? Like, I know you said he has some memories, but yeah.
He knows like enough to theorize what he is. but not enough to be like
Okay.
confident.
All right.
Hey, yeah, this is what's going on.
All right. Thank you. Yeah. To be honest, that's mostly been what I've been trying to work through myself. And I'm still not sure, but these things I'm remembering and the way I felt it was like I don't even know if there's an experience that I could relate this to, but it was almost like being in the passenger seat, riding shotgun.
Right.
I think. I mean, I told Jawn, but I think fuck, what was his name?
Jasper Stone.
Jasper Stone. I think Jasper Stone's my dad. But I think there's more than that. I think my whole life's been involved in the schemes of greater beings, and I didn't even know until now. I just still trying to work through it. But I can tell you, I was the one that took the reins back, as it were. I'm thinking perhaps the powers I have may not all be the Lord's work, the Lord's gift. I'm thinking the less I pull on those, I would do it again to save Lily, save my girls. But I think that's what opened the door to that spirit or whatever it was. That's the best I can figure right now. Honest truth.
Then I suppose that'll have to do. But know that I will dwell on this, and so should you.
Oh, it's not left my mind.
There will come a time where I think we'll all need more from you than just guesses as to what's going on.
Oh, I will be looking into it fairly deeply once we get back. I can access the archives again.
And he kind of just nods and stops the conversation.
And he also kind of turns to the girls, and that is part of what I think we need to discuss when we're back home with your ma. But I think now's the moment for
The girls
finding her.
kind of nod. You should go be with her, Paul. She needs you. We'll stay safe.
All right. I'm counting on you to do that.
Love
I
you
love
too,
you
Paul.
very much.
Love you too.
And yeah, he like embraces them before they all set off to do their
the girls kind of nod to you and say, "We're gonna be back at the Oasis. We'll stay safe, we promise." And like they back up, and you see the shape
you will.
of the orange giant in the distance. He doesn't look like he's interacting with anyone, but he's there.
I was about to say, are we really going to let
That's
them
why
wander
I
off
made
by
sure to include the
themselves
part that the
again?
orange giant's there.
And no lessons were learned.
Yeah, well, I think it had an impact on them as well. I don't
Y'all
think
come
that.
back now, you hear?
Yeah.
As in the distance, you can hear the sound of t-shirt cannons going off.
Oh my god.
Wow. All right, well, let's do this.
Are we jumping through the portal?
Guess so. Seems like the
Yeah.
only way to go there. I assume if there were any others or other ways of access, a 19 or whatever would have found it.
Y'all, before we go through, Jackie, you said you didn't see Andrea, right?
I did not.
Do y'all remember how these portals were made?
Oh, I do now. Out of game.
Do y'all remember how these portals are made? They're
Yeah.
made when the veil is thin, when someone passes.
I mean,
I might be jumping to conclusions. Just keep that thought process in mind.
you certainly might be jumping to conclusions because I've been here before and there weren't any deaths involved with me coming in and out, to my knowledge.
Jawn, what did you come during a war?
No, I definitely came after the war.
The veil was thinned. I don't know. I'm just saying. I might be being paranoid with it, but I also don't want people going in and being unrealistic about expectations.
I understand. And he is a bastard, but still not sure that, I mean, she is his daughter. One would hope, but
I'm just putting out there.
I understand. Expect the worst and you won't be disappointed.
Basically.
There was another grave out back near the one with your name on it. Had the name scratched out.
Yeah, I'm a little confused about all that, too.
Is this place familiar to you?
Yeah, it looks real familiar, but
I mean, could you
can't
place
place
it if it were, like,
So, I'm pretty sure I
real?
mentioned this before, but I don't know if y'all happen to remember it, since we got a lot going on. I don't remember anything before I came to Caliente.
Oh. Out of game? Maybe you did mention that. I do not remember out of game.
It's fine.
Does the last name Dins mean anything to you?
Offhand, no, I can't think
Grizz
of
and
anything.
Dins.
Well,
Maybe.
Drez is my last name. My
I'm
name's
aware.
Emerson Drez.
I'm aware.
But yeah, no, nothing about Den or an avian like sanctuary or anything. Like it seems like, I don't know, it feels weird. Like the whole thing just feels weird, but I can't place it.
I mean, you clearly have a bird issue, and that makes sense if there was a past, some bird stuff, and an aviary definitely seems like a place where an interaction like that could happen.
Yeah,
Just
but
spitballing.
you would think if I was trying to, take care of them, I wouldn't want to literally not have anything to do with them now.
Well, I mean, trauma does crazy stuff.
That's
But
true.
I know what you mean. All right, well, I think we could find excuses to talk all day, but should probably do this.
Just tell me when.
As soon as everyone makes up their mind, Sid's jumping
You said
through
Sid's the
portal.
first one through?
If they keep dilly-dallying, yes.
All right. As
True.
you all get through, each one that goes through the portal seems to weaken. Like Y'all aren't the most occult studied people, but you can kind of tell the force is draining as you go through. And it's almost invisible by the time the last one of you goes through, like to the point where you run through it. And your first time trying to run through the portal, you just go on the other side of it, but still in the hunting grounds. Then on the second try, you get the proper resonance and get through the portal. When you come out on the other side, you find Andrea with a hole carved in her chest.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. Samuel's blind to everything else. That's what he's going for. Just, yeah, kneels down, totally focused on her. Despite the totally obvious signs, and yeah, I know, I told you so, is in the cards. He's gonna, I don't know, medicine, whatever. So, like, check the pulse.
You hear in the
like,
back of your head,
you know,
you could bring her
whatever.
back. Make that medicine roll.
Okay. Well, I don't really have it listed, so that must be a D4.
If you don't have it listed, it's a D4, and you don't get your die on it, or it's whatever your smarts is.
Yeah, that's my Google Power sheet. So yeah, it's okay. Yeah. Ah, sick. I got a 1.
You don't know shit about medicine. Weird.
Thank you for taking the time to enjoy our show. If you liked what you heard, why not tell your friends, or hit the like button. If you loved it, or have ways we can improve, leave a comment on the episode, or a review to help us get out to more ears. I'm always looking for feedback to improve the show. Speaking of feedback, you could also send that to apairofdicelost on Twitter, or apairofdicelost@gmail.com. The theme music for this game is Born Barnstormers by Brian Boyko, used under a Creative Commons license. And finally, for making it this far, why don't you go ahead and refill all your bennies for the week.